Gentlemen, as we are about to begin, please be seated. The Honorable Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, Bapak Ahmad Amzeri, Head of Research and Community Service Institute, Bapak Gita Pawana, officials of Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, keynote speakers, the respectable all invited guests, and all the distinguished participants.
Yang terhormat Wakil Rektor Bidang Akademik Bapak Ahmad Amzeri, Kepala Lembaga Penelitian dan Pengabdian kepada Masyarakat LPPM Bapak Gita Pawana, seluruh pimpinan di lingkungan Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, pembicara utama yang kami hormati seluruh tamu undangan serta Bapak Ibu hadirin sekalian yang berbahagia.
Firstly, let's pray and thank unto our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us mercies and blessings so we can attend and gather in this event, namely the third Trunojoyo Madura International Conference 2025.
Pertama, marilah kita panjatkan puji dan syukur kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala yang telah melimpahkan rahmat karunia-Nya kepada kita semua sehingga kita dapat hadir dan berkumpul dalam acara Conference International Trunojoyo Madura ke-3 tahun 2025.
Secondly, all prayers are presented to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the greatest leader who has guided us from the darkness to the brightness.
Dan kedua, sholawat dan salam kami panjatkan kepada Nabi besar Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam yang pemimpin agung yang telah membimbing kita dari kegelapan menuju cahaya kebenaran.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend a warm welcome and express our gratitude for participating into this agenda, the third Trunojoyo Madura International Conference 2025 at Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. I'm Fauzi and my partner Meita is the master of ceremony in this great occasion.
Dan hadirin sekalian, kami menyampaikan sambutan hangat dan rasa terima kasih atas partisipasi Bapak Ibu dalam agenda ini Conference International Trunojoyo Madura ketiga tahun 2025 di Universitas Trunojoyo Madura.
Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, today's event will be opened with several agendas. Started with watching LPPM Universitas Trunojoyo Madura company profile. The next will be singing Indonesian National Anthem and Universitas Trunojoyo Madura Anthem. The next will be praying. The fourth agenda is performance of Nemang Tamoy dance. The fifth agenda is the report by the committee chair. The next will be the report by the Head of Research and Community Service Institute. The next will be symbolic opening and then presentation of souvenirs to all keynote speakers. After that, we will move on to the discussion session, which will be handled by the moderator.
Dan hadirin sekalian yang kami hormati, acara ini akan dibuka dengan beberapa agenda. Diawali dengan menyaksikan video profil dari LPPM Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, menyanyikan lagu kebangsaan Indonesia Raya dan Mars Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. Dilanjutkan dengan doa penampilan tari Nemang Tamoy, laporan Ketua Panitia Dati Dr. Sabarudin Ahmad. Dilanjutkan dengan sambutan Kepala Lembaga Penelitian dan Pengabdian kepada Masyarakat LPPM Bapak Dr. Gita Pawana. Pembukaan simulis melalui video hitung mundur, pemberian cindera mata, dan setelah itu kita akan melanjutkan ke sesi diskusi yang akan dipandu oleh moderator.
To mark our first agenda today, let's watch the company profile of the Research and Community Service Institute of Universitas Trunojoyo Madura.
Untuk memulai agenda pertama, kita hari ini marilah kita saksikan bersama video profil Lembaga Penelitian dan Pengabdian kepada Masyarakat Universitas Trunojoyo Madura.
Pulau Madura, pulau dengan kekayaan adat istiadat, seni, tradisi, dan budaya, bersemai dalam balutan kesempurnaan semesta. Pulau yang terletak di penghujung timur Selat Jawa, menyuguhkan potensi alam yang menghidupkan masyarakat dengan menyatupadukan intelektualitas dan aktivitas. Terbentuknya sistem sosial yang solid dengan tatanan kehidupan yang bertoleransi, manusia Madura tetap teguh menjunjung tinggi kegiatan kerjasama, gotong royong. Menghadapi dunia yang terus bertransformasi, tantangan perkembangan teknologi dan digitalisasi masa kini, serta tantangan baru yang terus berganti, Lembaga Penelitian dan Pengabdian Masyarakat Universitas Trunojoyo Madura siap hadir memberikan jawaban untuk bertanggung jawab penuh pada tantangan permasalahan masyarakat Madura. Institusi pendidikan Universitas Trunojoyo Madura yang lahir di tengah-tengah masyarakat Madura terus berkomitmen melahirkan produk-produk intelektual dengan melahirkan dan mendukung LPPM Universitas Trunojoyo Madura sebagai lembaga yang unggul dalam penelitian, pengabdian kepada masyarakat, serta memberikan inovasi pada penyelesaian permasalahan dan potensi Madura. Sebagai komunitas akademis, LPPM UTM terus mengembangkan penelitian yang inovatif dan menciptakan problem solving yang memegang teguh nilai-nilai kemanusiaan. Hadirnya LPPM bekerja untuk kembali pada masyarakat, terikat secara profesional dan berintegritas yang bekerja sama dengan masyarakat untuk menciptakan penelitian dan pengabdian yang memberikan manfaat dan perubahan menuju Madura unggul. Oleh karenanya, 6 sektor inovasi berbasis potensi Madura seperti sektor garam dan tembakau, sektor pangan, jagung, singkong, tebu, dan hasil laut, sektor energi, migas dan energi terbarukan, sektor pendidikan, formal, informal, dan non-formal, sektor sosial, tenaga kerja dan wanita, serta sektor pariwisata dan ekonomi kreatif menjadi fokus utama dalam penyelenggaraan kegiatan penelitian dan pengabdian kepada masyarakat yang dilakukan secara berkesinambungan untuk menghasilkan produk penelitian yang dapat bersaing secara global. Tentunya, LPPM bersama dengan akademisi UTM mewujudkan jaringan kerjasama dengan seluruh elemen masyarakat untuk memberikan manfaat dan menghasilkan sistem tata kelola lembaga transparan, akuntabel, tanggung jawab, dengan berbasis teknologi dan informasi.
LPPM Universitas Trunojoyo Madura fokus pada penelitian dan pengabdian masyarakat berbasis potensi Madura. Kami telah menghasilkan inovasi-inovasi riset berbasis pada potensi, permasalahan, dan keinginan masyarakat Madura. Hasil inovasi UTM akan menjadi solusi bagi peningkatan perekonomian, budaya, dan sosial masyarakat Madura. Satu tekad LPPM UTM yaitu mensupport program-program pembangunan pemerintah Indonesia. Moto kami, dari Madura untuk Indonesia.
Now we're going to the second agenda, singing our national anthem Indonesia Raya, followed by Universitas Trunojoyo Madura anthem. Honorable audiences, please stand up.
Tanah
disilakan duduk kembali.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the smooth progress of this event, let us take a moment to pray to God, guided by Bapak Hamam. Bapak Hamam, please proceed.
Bapak Ibu sekalian, demi kelancaran acara ini marilah kita luangkan waktu sejenak untuk berdoa kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Esa yang akan dipandu oleh Bapak Hamam. Kepada Bapak Hamam disilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan syakirin, hamdan na'imin, hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafi'u mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhikal karim wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala sayyidina محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم يا فتاح افتح علينا فتوح العارفين وارزقنا فهم النبيين وحفظ المرسلين وإلهام الملائكة المقربين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم يا رزاق ارزقنا رزقا حلالا طيبا وعلما نافعا وعملا متقبلا. اللهم اجعلنا وأولادنا وأهلنا وطلبتنا من أهل العلم وأهل الخير ولا تجعلنا وإياهم من أهل الشر والضير إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم اجعل جامعتنا ترونوجويو مادورا جامعة ميمونة مباركة نافعة للخير والأمة. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. بسر الفاتحة. الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Bapak Hamam. The upcoming agenda is a performance of Nemang Tamoy, a traditional dance from Madura, by students of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education of Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. Please welcome Laili, Iva, and Ayu. Nemang Tamoy Bangkalan dance is a traditional Madurese dance that shows smooth and elegant movements to welcome esteemed guests. This dance has a symbolic meaning as an expression of sincerity and affection, as well as a prayer for safety and success in events.
Dan tari Nemang Tamoy adalah tarian tradisional Madura yang menampilkan gerakan halus dan luas untuk menyambut tamu agung. Dan tarian ini memiliki makna simbolis sebagai ungkapan ketulusan hati yang penuh dengan rasa kasih sayang, serta sebagai ungkapan doa memohon keselamatan dan kelancaran acara.
Sempesongkan de ajunan bula moci adu kuste mau keselamat dunia akhirat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is the report by committee chair. To Bapak Dr. Sabarudin Ahmad, please proceed.
Bapak Ibu hadirin sekalian, agenda selanjutnya adalah laporan dari Ketua Panitia kepada Yang Terhormat Bapak Dr. Sabarudin Ahmad, disilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Honorable Rektor Universitas Trunojoyo and all Vice Rector, Prof. Amjeri, Dean, and distinguished keynote speaker, respected researchers, academician, participant, and student. Our partner and sponsors and all participants joining us both on site and online. It is truly a great honor to welcome all of you to the third Trunojoyo International Conference, TMIC 2025. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who made this event possible. To the rector and universitas leader from their continued trust and support. To our distinguished speakers who have come from across the globe to share their knowledge. And to all participants who bring the spirit of learning, collaboration, and innovation to this conference. Thank you for being part of this academic journey. It is a privilege and a great joy to stand before you today as the committee chair of the MAC 2025 and to witness how this conference has got into in the international platform that connect mind, discipline, and nation. Since its first edition, the Trunojoyo Madura International Conference has aimed to more than just an academic event. It is a movement, a collective effort to bridge science and society to ensure that research and innovation serve humanity in our environment. Today, in this year, the MAC continues that spirit with stronger global collaboration, more diverse participation, and sharper focus on the Industry 5.0 era, where human creativity and advanced technology coexist to sustainable progress. Ladies and gentlemen, our theme this year, Industry 5.0 challenges technology, collaboration, and innovation for social and environmental responsibility could not be more relevant. We live in the world where automation, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and digital connectivity redefine not only how we work, but also how we think and interact. Industry 5.0 is not just about machine replacing human, it is about machine empowering human. It emphasizes human-centric innovation, collaborative, intelligent, and sustainability-driven design. In this new paradigm, progress is not measured solely by economic growth of industrial output, but also by social impact, ethical responsibility, and environmental harmony. And that is precisely why this conference matters. Universitas Trunojoyo Madura is growing institutional located in the eastern part of Java, Indonesia, carried a strong mission to transform local wisdom into global contribution. From the island of Madura, we seek to demonstrate that innovation can emerge from every corner of the world if it is guided by vision, collaboration, and resilience. Through this conference, we encourage young scholars, to take part in global scientific dialogue while remaining rooted in local identity and value. We build bridges between academic, government, industry, and society. The challenge in Industry 5.0 cannot be solved by one discipline, one institution, or one nation alone. They require collaboration not only among scientists and engineers, but also among policymakers, entrepreneurs, educator, and citizens. In this spirit, the MIC 2025 bring together a multidisciplinary science innovator in business, education, and public policy, and leader in sustainability, ethics, and community development. Together, we aim to explore how innovation can remain human-centered, how technology can be inclusive, and how scientific progress and contributed to better planet. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is facing unprotected challenges: climate change, resource depletion, social and technological disruption. Industry 5.0 offer hope, but only if we ensure that technology serves humanity rather than the other way around. This means rethinking the purpose in innovation. How can artificial intelligence reduce energy waste instead of increased consumption? How can biotechnology and smart farming ensure food security without harming ecosystem? How can automation create meaningful job rather than unemployment? These are the kind of questions the MSc 2025 there is to ask, and together we will research for the answer. I would like to take the opportunity to express my heartfelt application to the scientific community who work tirelessly to ensure academic excellence and fairness in paper selection. To organizing team who dedicated countless hours to planning and coordination, our partner, sponsor, and collaboration who continue to support academic development and at Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. And finally, the participant who enthusiasm the idea make to conference truly meaningful. Without your dedicate, this event would not have been possible. As we embark to this of presentation, discussion, and networking, I invite all you to make the most of this opportunity. Let us share knowledge generously, hold communication synchronously, and collaborate beyond border and discipline. May the idea born in this conference spark innovation that address real-world problem. Innovation that uplift community, protect our planet, and strengthen the spirit of humanity. To conclude, I wish everyone a productive and inspiring conference. Let the third Trunojoyo Madura International Conference remind us that the future belongs not only to those who master technology, but also to those who guide it with wisdom, empathy, and responsibility. Once again, welcome to the MAC 2025. Let's go celebrate knowledge, collaboration, and innovation together. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you Bapak Mr. Sabaruddin. We will also hear the report from the head of Research and Community Service Institute of Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. To Dr. Gita Pawana, the floor is yours.
Dan kita akan mendengarkan laporan dari Kepala Lembaga Penelitian dan Pengabdian kepada Masyarakat LPPM kepada Bapak Dr. Gita Pawana, disilakan.
Honorable Rector of Trunojoyo University Madura, Vice Rector 1, 2, and 3, Dean at Trunojoyo University Madura, keynote speaker, presenter, steering committee, Bapak Alfian Ma'arif from PTTI, and fellow committee member. Allow me to present the executive summary of the Trunojoyo Madura International Conference, the TMIC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The TMIC is annual international conference initiated by the Institute for Research and Community Service Trunojoyo Madura University. This international conference welcomes articles from all fields related to engineering, science, technology, economy, and social science. The TMIC was a pivotal gathering focused on collaboration and strengthening local potential for green economy-based sustainable development toward Society 5.0. This conference aims to provide comprehensive platform to global talks leader, practitioner, innovator, and convert and deliberate on crucial themes essential for advanced sustainable development. The central theme highlighted the imperative need for collaboration across sectors and the hardness for local resources to foster a green economy. It emphasized the journey toward Society 5.0, a paradigm that integrates advanced technology with sustainability principle to achieve a harmonious and sustainable society. The TMIC themes Industry 5.0 challenge, technology, collaboration, and innovation for social and environmental responsibility. The MIC article opportunity will publish in EPG with conference, EDP Science, and lectures note in Mechanical Engineering spring year. Takeaways from the conference include a recognize on the indispensable role of collaboration in amplifying local resources, the urgency to integrated green economy principle into development strategies, and the necessity to technology advance in realizing Society 5.0 while ensuring ecological balance and social well-being. This executive summary encapsulated the essence of the Trunojoyo Madura International Conference, emphasizing the pivotal discussion, insight, and resolution crafted to propel collaborative action toward a green economy-based, sustainable future aligned with the principle of Society 5.0. Thank you.
Thank you, Bapak Gita. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us today Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, Bapak Amzeri, Vice Rector for Student Affairs, Cooperation and Alumni, Bapak Surokim, Head of Research and Community Service Institute, Bapak Gita, and Committee Chair, Bapak Sabar. To officially commence our event, we invite them to join us for a symbolic opening ceremony.
Dan berikutnya kami akan undang Bapak Wakil Rektor Bidang Akademik, Bapak Wakil Rektor Bidang 3 dan juga Bapak Gita dan juga Bapak Sabarudin untuk kita undang naik ke atas panggung untuk melaksanakan opening ceremony dengan pemakaian odeng. Disilakan. Baik, mohon izin pemakaian odeng kita akan lakukan bersama-sama. Kita akan pandu dalam hitungan ke 3, 2, 1. Sebagai terima kasih dan berikutnya kita akan lakukan pemukulan gong secara simbolis sebagai tanda dibukanya kegiatan pada kesempatan pagi hari ini.
Baby, Dr. Trunojoyo Madura International Conference 2025 has officially begun.
Dan dengan ini Konferensi Internasional Trunojoyo Madura ketiga tahun 2025 telah resmi dimulai. Bapak Ibu akan dilanjutkan dengan penyerahan cindera mata. Mohon dengan hormat panitia untuk dapat mengambil tempat.
To mark our event and strengthen the camaraderie with the keynote speakers, souvenirs from Universitas Trunojoyo Madura will be presented to the keynote speakers. To all keynote speakers, please come forward. That concludes the opening ceremony of the third Trunojoyo Madura International Conference. Before we proceed to the discussion sessions by the keynote speakers, let's take a group photo together.
Demikian upacara pembukaan Konferensi Internasional Trunojoyo Madura ketiga. Sebelum kita melanjutkan ke sesi diskusi oleh para pembicara utama, mari kita akan lakukan sesi foto bersama sejenak. Disampaikan terima kasih dan mohon berkenan untuk para seluruh undangan untuk dapat kita berdiri sejenak, kita akan lakukan sesi foto bersama.
Bapak Ibu hadirin, mohon berkenan untuk berdiri.
Bapak Ibu, izin kita akan pandu dalam hitungan ke-3, 2, 1. Baik, sekali lagi dengan gaya bebas mungkin. Dalam hitungan ke-3, 2, 1. Kami sampaikan terima kasih dan berkenan para pemateri dan juga undangan disilakan duduk kembali.
Ini kita closing ya. Thank you for the participation di sini. Thank you for the participation and presence of all guests and participants. We hope this event brings positive impact to all of us.
Dan terima kasih atas partisipasi dan kehadiran seluruh tamu dan peserta. Semoga acara ini memberikan dampak positif bagi kita semua.
As the master of ceremony, we bid you farewell. Enjoy the third Trunojoyo Madura International Conference 2025 and see you next year.
Dan sebagai pembawa kami mengucapkan terima kasih. Selamat mengikuti Konferensi Internasional Trunojoyo Madura ketiga tahun 2025 dan sampai jumpa di tahun depan.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, the committees are giving 30 minutes to coffee break, and please come back sharply to begin the conference session.
Dan Bapak dan Ibu serta panitia memberikan waktu istirahat selama 30 menit dan silakan dapat kembali untuk memulai pada sesi konferensi pagi hari ini. Bapak Ibu mohon untuk berkenan tetap berada di dalam ruangan. Kita masih dalam sesi coffee break. Kami silakan Bapak Ibu untuk dapat menikmati coffee break yang sudah kami sediakan di depan sisi kiri pintu masuk.
Bapak Ibu, kami silakan untuk menikmati coffee break dan dalam 10 menit lagi kita akan memulai sesi konferensi. Dan kami informasikan kepada Bapak Ibu yang artikelnya bermasalah, mohon berkenan untuk konfirmasi kepada Pak Doni di sebelah selatan. Sekali lagi kami informasikan kepada Bapak Ibu yang artikelnya bermasalah, mohon berkenan untuk konfirmasi kepada panitia, kepada Pak Doni di sebelah selatan.
Tes 1, 2, 3 dicoba. Sebuah lagu dari George Benson, Nothing's Gonna Change My Love For You. Pada hari ini berbahagia, selamat menyaksikan. If I had to live my life without you, the days would all be empty. The night would seem so long. With you I see forever, oh so clear. I might have been in love before, but it never felt this strong. Our dreams are young and we both know you'll take us where we wanna go. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. No one may change my whole life. True, but nothing's gonna change my life for you. the hate is not so easy. A love will lead the way for us, like a guiding star. You should need to be. You don't have to change a thing. I love you just the way you are. So come with me and share the view. I help you see forever too. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't wanna live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. Your life true, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. The world might change my whole life, but there's nothing's gonna change my love for you. Terima kasih. Cik, hadirin yang berbahagia, persembahan lagu berikutnya dari kami, When I Was Your Man oleh Bruno Mars. Selamat menyaksikan. Or a song on the radio, but it don't sound the same. When all friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down. Oh, 'cause my heart breaks a little when I hear your name. All you sounds like too young, too dumb to realize that I shit about you flowers and held your hand. Should I give you all my hour when I had the chance? every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. My pride, my ego, my needs, and my selfish way. Oh, just need a strong woman like you to walk it off my life. Now I never gotta clean up the mess I made. Oh, and it helps me every time I close my eyes. It's all just sounds like too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the change. Take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, she's dancing with another man. Although it hurts, I'll be the first to say that I was wrong. Oh, I know I'm probably much too late to try and apologize for my mistake. I just want you to know he bought you flowers. I hope he holds your hand, gave you all his hours when he had the change. Take you to every party, 'cause I remember how much you loved to dance. Give you all I should have been when I was your man. I give you all I should have been when I was your man. Oke, hadirin yang berbahagia, pada pagi hari menuju siang hari ini, yang tadinya kami berangkat dari Bruno Mars, lagu berikutnya ini berjudul Perfect oleh Ed Sheeran. Selamat menyaksikan dan semoga berkenan. found love for me. Oh, darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Oh, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I wanna give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're to mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on a grass, listening to a fairy song. When you said you look a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you hear it, darling, you look perfect tonight. Oh, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dream. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We were still kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I know we'll be alright this time, but darling, just hold my hand, my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes, baby. I'm sitting in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Baby, dancing in the dark, with you between my arms, barefoot on a grass, listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. I know I have met an angel in person. She looks perfect too. I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now have come to our main session, which is discussion session in the field of science tech and social humaniora. Before we start, we would like to say hi to online participants joining us at Zoom meeting. Enjoy the third Trunojoyo Madura International Conference 2025.
Dan hadirin sekalian, kini tiba pada sesi utama, yakni sesi diskusi di bidang saintek dan sosial humaniora. Namun sebelum itu kita akan turut menyapa dan melihat bagaimana seluruh para peserta yang sudah hadir bergabung bersama kami melalui sambungan virtual Zoom pada kesempatan pagi hari ini.
Thank you for being with us today. We're now approaching a highly anticipated part of our program, the discussion session. The session promises to be both enlightening and engaging, thanks to the presence of our distinguished keynote speakers.
Dan terima kasih atas kehadiran Bapak Ibu hari ini. Kita akan memasuki bagian yang sangat dinantikan dari program sesi diskusi, dan sesi ini diharapkan akan menarik dan memberikan pencerahan berkat kehadiran para pembicara utama kita yang terhormat.
Please join me in welcoming our speakers. Bapak Dr. Wahyu Rahmaniar from Institute of Science Tokyo, Japan. Bapak Profesor Wahyu Andi Nugraha STMSC PhD from Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, and Bapak Medi Aginta Hidayat SSMSI PhD from Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. They bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table, and we are honored to have them with us today.
Dan mari bergabung dengan kami untuk menyambut para pembicara kita, Dr. Wahyu Rahmaniar dari Institut Sains Tokyo, Jepang. Dan ada Profesor Wahyu Andi Nugraha STMSI PhD dari Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. Berikut juga ada Bapak Medi Aginta Hidayat dari SSMSI PhD dari Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, dan mereka membawa segudang ilmu serta pengalaman, dan kami merasa sangat terhormat atas kehadiran mereka hari ini.
To lead this session and facilitate the discussion, I'm pleased to hand over to our moderator, Ibu Dr. Uswatun Hasana, SAMSC. She is the lecturer in Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. Ibu Uswatun Hasana, the stage is yours.
Untuk memimpin dan memfasilitasi diskusi dengan senang hati, saya serahkan kepada moderator kita, Ibu Dr. Uswatun Hasana, SMSC. Beliau adalah dosen di Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. Dan Ibu Uswatun Hasana, panggung ini milik Anda.
Okay, thank you. Let me invite the two speakers. For the first speaker, Professor Wahyu Andi Nugroho, please coming. And the second speaker, Bapak Medi, Bapak Medi coming. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you today? I would like to extend a heritage welcome to everyone to the third Trunojoyo Madura International Conference 2025. This distinguished conference serves a valuable platform for knowledge exchange and insightful discussion that will enrich our understanding and inspiring collaboration among participants. So this is such as a great opportunity for us. Ladies and gentlemen, as your moderator today, let me share the stage in this international conference. My name is Uswatun Hasana. I'm a lecturer. I'm a head of the Center for Tourism Research and Innovation and Creative Economy, Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. It is also such as a great honor and privilege for me as Maduranese to welcome you all to Madura, the soul of East Java. In this opportunity, this conference is conducted to hybrid setting. Therefore, we would also like to welcome those participants who are joining us virtually. Hello. Hello, audience. We wish that someday you can also join us in person here in Madura. Today, we gathered for the theme Industry 5.0 Challenges, Technology, Collaboration, and Innovation for Social and Environmental Responsibility. Today, in international conference, We have incredible lineup of speakers who will presentation followed by Q&A session later. We will explore several crucial and interesting topics related to Industry 5.0. As we know, if we talk about Industry 5.0, present challenges related to technology integration, such as aligning legacy system with new AI and IoT tools, and ensuring data security and ethical use of AI. Collaboration also requires a highly skilled workforce capable of working alongside advanced technologies and the complexity of managing partner networks. Innovation must be balanced technological advancement with social and environmental responsibility goals like resource conservation, ethics, and waste reduction. Today, we are privileged to have knowledgeable speakers who will guide us through key issues related to technology, collaboration, innovation for social and environmental responsibility. Actually, we had four speakers, but we are recently informed that Madam Mariam Lishing has another commitment occurring at the same time due to the 6-hour time difference between Indonesia and German. But this is absolutely fine because today we have uh, three excellent speakers, all expert in their perspective field. Now it's time to hear from our first speakers. For the first speaker is Ibu Dr. Wahyu Rahmaniar, Institute of Science, Tokyo, Japan. She is expert on technology, artificial intelligence, medical imaging, and computer vision, and has published several books and articles on these subjects. She is also assistant professor of technology at Institute of Science, Tokyo. Ibu Dr. Wahyu, you are with us? Hello? Ibu Dr. Wahyu, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready to present?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you will have 2 minutes for your presentation.
Okay, I will share my presentation or from the committee.
Okay. Okay, Ibu Wahyu, time is yours. Ibu Dr. Wahyu?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but the screen is not for the presentation view.
Okay, may our committee is helping you.
No, I mean, is this the screen is from me or from committee?
Okay.
Layarnya dari saya apa dari panitia ya, Ibu? Mohon maaf. Kenapa tampilannya enggak presentasi?
Wait a minute, please. Uh, Ibu Dr. Wahyu, maybe we got some trouble. If would you like to share your screen by yourself?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, can you see my screen? Oh, hello.
Yes, it's look good.
Okay, okay. Okay, good. Good morning, everyone. Now it's already afternoon in Japan. Uh, Thank you for the Trunojoyo Madura International Conference Committee for invited me. My name is Wahyu Rahmaniar. Currently, I'm an assistant professor in Institute of Science Tokyo. Formerly, name is Tokyo Institute of Technology. I will talk about artificial intelligence AI in medical image. Okay, this is the content of our today lecture. The first is introduction, and then my first research about scoliosis, and then second research about anomaly detection. And for this short biography, my current position is assistant professor, and my education was in Gajah Mada University for the bachelor degree, and for the master and PhD in electrical engineering, National Central University. And currently, my research mostly about medical image, computer vision, and artificial intelligence. Okay, first, maybe not many people knows what is medical imaging. Medical imaging, also we call radiology. It involves creating visual representation for body structure, for diagnosis and treatment. It's to help doctor for non-invasive examination of internal organs to detect injuries and disease. It is one of a central role in current modern medicine and improving diagnostic accuracy and patient outcomes. One of the medical imaging is 3D volume consists of transfer or axial, which is the scan from the horizontal side, and the coronal or frontal side, and sagittal or from the scan from side. In providing anatomical views aligned with the body's orientation. And there are two kinds of 3D of medical imaging. At least the most famous is 2D imaging, and others is 3D imaging. 2D imaging, for example, is X-ray for projection image for bones and chest, and also ultrasound. It can be used for real-time soft tissue visualization, for example, for fetal or liver. Also, optical coherence tomography is microstructure imaging for retina, coronary vessel wall, or skin. And another medical imaging is 3D imaging, uh, like CT or computer tomography is the reconstructed 3D anatomy from X-ray projection. It can be used to scan the head, lung, or liver. Also, MRI magnetic resonance imaging, which is a 3D soft tissue volume like brain or spine, and also 3D or 4D ultrasound for fetal or liver. And why we need different scan of medical imaging? Because we need a uh, different things that we can get from them. For example, for X-ray, it can only show bones and skull, but not the brain, and it's best for detecting fractures. And for a CT, is also quick scan for 3D compared with MRI. For example, for brain imaging, it can use a moderate detail for bleeds, stroke, or large masses. And for another more detail like MRI, it can show like not only bleeds and stroke but also lesion. And some machine which can use for MRI also provide MRA. It can show blood flow in brain vessels, so we can identify narrowing or blockage. Also, another things for medical images is, for example, the most detailed ones is PET or positron emission tomography. It can display metabolic activity of brain regions. It can detect tumor or cancer spreads at the cellular level using a radioactive tracer. So, like this color, for example, the red color is show the cancer activity. AI in medical imaging can be, for example, fracture detection or tumor or cancer segmentation, also any disease classification. Okay, that's the introduction. And I want to talk my research in medical imaging. First, my research is about scoliosis. It's automated cup-ankle measurement based on vertebra detection for assessment of spinal curvature deformity. It has been published in IEEE Transaction on Biomedical Engineering in 2023. My proposed method, we use input image is X-ray, then we do spine segmentation and then vertebra detection, and then we determine the apex, the most curve, uh, the most curve of the vertebrae, and then we can measure cup angle measurement. And for this work, the contribution is we use vertebra detection based on convolutional neural networks to get the precise for each slice. It has 17 slices. Then it can automated measure the cup angle from the superior and inferior end plates. And we classify the spinal deformities into C-shape, S-shape type 1, and S-shape type 2, then the Copenhagen severity classification into normal, mild, moderate, and severe. This is our network. For example, after we got the segmentation, then we uh, we selected, we trained the vertebra area. So the data sets is the X-ray image with the 17 position of the vertebra, in which for each vertebra content of 4 corners. So it learned from the image where is the position of each corner. It's content of 68 corner. So we use ResNet as the backbone, and then we use Hourglass module so we can find and integrate information on all image dimensions, because the input image is not the similar size, it can be any size. And then we combine local and global information to determine the exact location of the corners and the center. Then each corner and center we are predicted, then we are compared with the ground truth with L1 loss function. Then we can get the 5 detection coordinates, 4 corners and 1 center. Then we can determine the corresponding factors, so we can determine the each vertebrae. Okay. For scoliosis severity, based on the cup ankle measurement, it's can be classified into mild, moderate, or severe. For example, we have 17 vertebrae. It's in medical, it divided into T1 to T12 and L1 to L5. Also, we give this label to help doctors easier to determine the position of each vertebrae. Then, after for the spinal curvature, we have two kind of classification based on King and Mo and Lange. And we determine three apex location. First, from T2 to T5, and then T6 to T11, and then T12 to L5. Then we find the farthest center from the midline of the spine. For example, we got this and we determine the midline of the spine. Then we determine the farthest center from each of this position, PT, MT, and TL. After we selected which of the vertebra has the deepest part, then we calculate the CA or cup angle. For example, we find this vertebrae, then we measure for the upper side the superior plane, for this side the upper line. Then we measure which is the most curve from the upper side. For example, we find this one, then we draw the line. Then we selected the lower side from the most farthest center, or we call it apex. Then we determine the inferior end or the bottom line, which one is the curve is the most highest. And we find this one, and we draw the line, and then we got this angle, and this is our cup angle. And if we find CA in PT and MT, it's called accept type 1. If we find CA in PT, MT, and TL, it's called accept type 2. And if only one apex, it's called C-shape. And from the Lenke classification, the lumbar, this one, is determined based on the vertical line from the center of the sacrum or L5. So from this center, we draw the line to L1 and L4, and then we determine the intersection. If between the LFE is type 1 and it touches the edge of LFE is type B, and if does not connect to LFE is type C. Okay, this is the result. For example, this is C shape, only have one apex or one curve. It's usually empty. And then for S shape type 1, it has two PT and MT, two curve or two apex. And then S shape type 2, it has three PT, MT, and TL, three area of apex or three curve. And then our result is very good for the spinal curvature deformities in King and Moy. It's achieved classification accuracy 0.958, and then for the Lenke classification is 0.925, and then severity classification is 0.962. And my second research is anomaly detection. We call it multi-AD, is cross-domain unsupervised anomaly detection for medical and industrial application. So it can be used not only for medical but also industrial images. It has been published in pattern recognition for 2025. This is our network. We use knowledge distillation to training the normal images, and then based on teacher and student. So the normal images learn in both teacher and student, and then in the testing site we only use student to compare the weighting from the teacher. The teacher is frozen, and then we compare the feature using MSC loss. And then we have our main block, then we determine the map from each block M1, M2, M3, and N4. Then from each of the teacher and student output, we use discriminator networks and use BCLs to compare both of the network. And then from each map M1 to M4, we use multiscale feature fusion to get the final result of the localization. It's unsupervised, which means we don't use label. It's training only use normal images, and for the testing side, it can be normal or abnormal image, which means the image contain tumor or cancer or any disease or like fracture. Then if we find something feature not similar with normal uh, image, so we can highlight or we find it anomaly. And in this network, we improve the wide ResNet backbone. We add squeeze and excitation block into every feature level of the ResNet. From the first, in the beginning, we use as a block, and then convolution, the first convolution, then for each rest block we add as a block, and then after that we add as a block again. And with this improvement, it can receptive fields more effective than the original one for this case. Maybe for another case it's different. And we recalibrate the channel-wise feature response, and it also get a better multi-scale feature fusion. It enhanced dilated convolution and fusion techniques, and it also improves scalability and adaptability to feature variation. Because in medical image, like scanning, maybe uh, the shape of the organs can be different. Like for another things, we use discriminator networks. From the output, from the feature level teacher, the fourth one, and then feature level student, the fourth one, we compare both of them, and then we use it to make it more distinguished between normal and anomalous regions. For example, if it's normal regions, the similarity is almost the same or very close. But if it's anomalous regions, it's quite uh, the similarity is quite different. So we can determine the feature of the normal and anomalous regions better. And after that, we combine all the map M1, M2, M3, and M4 because each map will have different functions. So we combine it, and then we get the best localization of anomaly. And for our result is quite good. Even it's unsupervised without label, it can highlight the area of the disease or the abnormal one, but very good, like almost similar with ground truth. And this is our results. We have compared this with state-of-the-art methods like PADI, PADScore, SimpleNet, STFPM, RD4AD, and MKD. And this is our results. This one, the multi-AD, as we can see, this is the input image and this is the ground truth. Our results has the best visualization, the closest to the ground truth compared with other methods. Even they are state of the art. For example, like patch score, the maps is not precise. Is it find the anomaly, but the map is not precise. While in the medical image, the exact location is very important to determine the disease location of the patient. And we achieve the image level and pixel level aurok the best compared with the previous methods. Also, because this standard anomaly detection or common anomaly detection, it can be used for any 2D images like industrial images. Also, for industrial images, we got the best result. The visualization also good, like almost similar with the ground truth, and also we got the highest Auroch score average for image level and pixel level. So basically, this idea can be used for any 2D anomaly detection. Okay, thank you very much. Is
Okay,
there
thank you, Ibu Dr. Wahyu. Very insightful presentation. If I got some information from your presentation, uh, I know AI is not only for our research, but also in medical imaging. Like your paper has published in 2 years ago. Okay, thank you. Now it's time to hear from our next speakers, Professor Wahyu Andi. Enggak nanti. Q. Uh, Sorry, Ibu Wahyu. Maybe we have a Q&A session later. So now is time for the next speakers. Okay. For the next speakers, Bapak Profesor Wahyu Andi Nugroho PhD, Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, Indonesia. He is one of leading expert on marine science and innovation and has published several books and articles on these subjects. Bapak Profesor Wahyu Andi Nugroho, time is yours. And feel free if you want to stand up or sit down. Please give big applause.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, fellow scientists, and participants. I would like to thanks for the organizing committee to allow us to present in this third Trunojoyo Madura International Conference this year. I would also apologize because of the limited time I have to prepare the presentation before I continue. So my presentation is not yet. Sorry, I will wait the slide to.
Committee, please share screen now.
Okay. So my today presentation is about the exploring the coastal biodiversity of Madura, in which I will talk about the ecology, the people, and the ecotourism, with the central to the coral reef, mangrove, and the seagrass bed. Next, please. So I would like to begin the presentation with the slogan of the slogan, protecting the sea is not just conserving nature, it is securing our future. So I will begin with the Madura as a coastal biodiversity hotspot. The Madura island itself is located in the Java Sea and also in the Madura Strait, in which they have the rich marine ecosystem, which harbor a lot of marine fauna and have the high biodiversity. So from mangrove forest to coral reef, we will continue this talk in this topic. Next, please. So this is the presentation overview today. I will begin with the introduction and the context, and then to coral reef ecology, and then mangrove ecosystem, and then to marine ecotourism, and last with the integration and action. Next, please. So Madura Island lies off the northern eastern part of East Java, surrounded by the Java Sea and the Madura Strait. It features the coral reef, seagrass bed, and mangrove ecosystem, and with these three ecosystem is main ecosystem in the marine environment, which harbor about more than 50% of marine fauna. So when these three ecosystem is good, in good condition, so we believe that other marine biota will thrive also. So in this topic, in this presentation, I will focus on the Bangkalan coast, and then in Sumeneb coast. In Sumeneb, we will focus on the Gili Laba and Gili Genting island, and then in Bangkalan, in the north coast of Bangkalan, including the Sepuluh district. They side together form the living fabric of Madura coastal biodiversity. Next, please. So why we study the Madura coast? There are three main reasons why we study the Madura coast. First is because of their biodiversity significance, with the rich coral and mangrove ecosystem which support the endemic species. The second reason is because of the socio-economic dependence, in which a lot of local community rely on fishing and marine resources for their livelihood. Then the third reason is because of the research and conservation gap, in which we have limited baseline data that demand urgent action. So understanding these three dimensions is the foundation of the responsible coastal management. Next, please. So, what about the coral ecosystem in Madura? So, coral reef are essential habitat. They are comprised of only less than 10% of ocean area in worldwide, but they support 25% of marine species. So they less than 10% area, but support more than 25% marine species. So it's very, very significant and important. And coral reef also protect the coast with their structure, and also sustain the fisheries. But of course, next please. But they, of course, face the increasing threat, including from climate change, sea level rise, pollution, and then coastal development, and also from tourism itself. So our work will focus on this coral reef function and how they are changing because of this the threat, and how they can be restored. So Madura Island have more than 50 species of coral, in which dominated by Acropora, Borytes, and Montipora. And coral reef itself in Madura range from 25 to 60% depending on location, with the highest percentage so far is in Gili Labe and lowest in the 10 in the coast of Madura. So usually the coral reef higher cover found in the island, not in the coast of, of the main island. In reef fish, Madura have over 500 fish species identified, but mainly in a herbivore and a planktivore. It is not a carnivore. So a lot of herbivore, a fish that feed on a plant. Such a diversity highlight the ecological importance of Madura coastline. So next please. Next. So our research from 2020 and 2022 revealed a significant variation in coral cover across Madura Reef, with structural complexity directly influencing fish abundance and diversity. So our research in Gili Labe and then in Gili Genting and then in Sepulu, including in Bawean and Banyuwangi, found that higher rugosity or a structural complexity, if you like, so it's like building a block, it's correlated with greater fish species. When they have a good rugosity, there is a lot of fish species that come to that area. So that's why when we have a restoration project, usually we use the artificial reef using the concrete block to mimic the structural complexity. Next, please. So complex coral formation support 40% of fish species than degraded reef. So this is the baseline of why we need to restore the degraded reef with the artificial reef. And we have 127 fish species across 35 families in Madura archipelago. Next, please. So this is the key fish families we found, include the Pomacentridae or dam shellfish, like in the picture, very beautiful, and in which they abundant as a reef dwindled. And then the Labridae or wrasses, they are cleaner and grazer, and also the Serranidae or grouper or kerapu, if you like. It's commercial indicator for fisheries. And then Lucanidae, snapper or kakap, it's very vital for fisheries species. So next, please. So we have also the coral disease that threat the health of the coral reef. So coral health is treated by the disease, such as white band disease and white syndrome, with up to 30% affected colonies in mortality. And also, because of the bacteria like Vibrio were found in the lesion tissues. This underline how actually the microbe actually as a stressor, and the warming sea is jointly weakening the reef system. So next, please. But also the microbe also have the advantage, because microbe also heal the reef, in which beneficial bacteria strengthen coral immunity, produce antibiotic, and support tissue recovery. Next, please. We also try to understand the biodiversity of coral using the DNA barcoding technique, in which we found that we found 7 species coral with varying genetic diversity, in which high variation in Acropora formosa and Poecilopora domicornis suggest resilience. So they resistant to heat stress. So when there is increasing sea temperature, they will survive or have a lot of chance to survive than the other coral. So this genetic help us choose which species that can best survive when we done the restoration program. Next, please. So in summary, for the coral reef, we need to structural integrity, and we need the genetic diversity, and we need the active restoration to sustain the reefs. So integrated monitoring ensures coral ecosystem recover and adapt to the future change. Next, please. So how about the seagrass meadow? Seagrass or lamon. If you translate it, it's seagrass. It's rumput laut. It is not rumput laut. It's seagrass is lamon. Rumput laut is seaweed. So it's very confusing sometimes. So seagrass meadow, we have the 7 to 9 species of seagrass, including dominated by Enhalus acaroides and Thalassia hemprigi, in which healthy seagrass mean healthy fisheries. So we have 65% seagrass. Next, please. 65% seagrass are in a good condition, and then 25% percent in the moderate condition, and then 10% is degraded. So we need continue the conservation effort, so there is no decreasing pattern more. How about the mangrove? Next, please. So mangrove is very important for the coastline, because mangrove reduce wave energy by 70%, preventing erosion and storm damage. If we look at the Central Java, when there is a lot of conversion of mangrove area to become the fish pond in 80s, now they have a lot of a problem in their coast, because there is no mangrove again that protect them from wave energy. Mangrove also become the nursery ground, the place for commercial fish species during their juvenile stage. Also, they store 4 times more carbon than a terrestrial forest. So they are living shield in which nature's coastal defense system. Next, please. So from 4 districts in the Madura, Sumeneb have higher mangrove area, although dominated by mangrove in the Kangean archipelago, not in the Sumeneb mainland. And the second mangrove coverage, the highest is in Bangkalan. So this is the species of mangrove we found only in the north coast of Bangkalan, spanning from Kamal to 10 district. So we survey the mangrove biodiversity in 15 places from Kamal to 10 district to 10, in which we have the 17 true mangrove, in which that's exceptionally high diversity for mangrove area. So what about the advantage we have for mangrove? So mangrove provide resources and security for example, for timber and materials, and then for fishery support, and then for shoreline stability, and for the climate regulation, including for carbon storage and sequestration, in which equivalent to removing carbon from 12,000 cars every year. So it is really, the mangrove have value both in ecological and economical. So this is also the ecotourism potential for mangrove. Maybe some of you have already went there. So can be as a walkways, and then for community guide, educational program, and sustainable practice. Next, please. But we need, of course, the conversion and management challenge for mangrove because of the urban expansion, very rapid urban expansion. Everybody need house, so a lot of mangrove area converted into the residency and also for the fish pond. And then also pollution pressure, either from agriculture and runoff, plastic degradation, and water quality from the mainland. And then the land conversion, and also because of the community participation, in which it's very, very limited, very, very few people that want to join in the conservation program. Next, please. So this is the marine tourism in Madura. For example, diving, snorkeling, and then island hopping experience, only walking in the beach, or sunbathing, but maybe not for us sunbathing, because Indonesian people is not very like sunbathing. They like in the air conditioning. Yeah. So this is the tourist suitability assessment in Gili Laba, Gili Genting, 10 district. Mostly the highly suitable area for tourism is usually in the island. So in the S3, in moderately suitable, found in the coastal side, in which in 10, it's coastal side, it only have 45% coral cover, very limited infrastructure, very bad route, and etc. that make the suitability for the tourism is quite low. So this is the ecological impact of the tourism in Gili Laba that we surveyed in 2001, and then we come back again in 2004. So in 2001, we got the coral cover of 68%, branching coral of 45%, the damaged coral only 5%, alga cover only 22%, but all of these indicators is increased after 3 years of activity. So a coral cover decrease, a branching coral also decrease, damage increase, and alga cover increase. This is the sign that tourism activity have impacted the area of Gili Laba. So we need to regulate how tourism take place in the Gili Laba. Next, please. So this is the economic valuation of economic service, in which we use the willingness to pay to study the coral conservation in Gili Laba Island, in which we have the strong indication that public also support for the conservation fish, as long as it is reasonable, as long as they have a good explanation for what, when we pay the fish when entering the tourist site, where the money will go. They will willing pay up to about $5 to $10 or 50,000 to 75,000. So to go with the blue economy model, we need to collaborate the three main aspects, in which ecology, we need a good ecology, right? And then we need a community that support the management of the ecosystem, and then also we need to look at the economy. When these three aspects of this activity is in the good shape, and then integrating them into one action, we will have a good everything. We will have healthy habitat. We will have a good ecological service, and importantly, we have sustainable livelihood for the community. Next, please. So we need also to integrate the data to decision. We need to use the data to make a decision when we need something, when we need to conserve something, when we need to explore something. So we need to research monitoring. We need analysis and synthesis. Then we make a policy development and then implement it, including the enforcement, monitoring, and adaptive management. So this is the research priorities. There is two priorities, long-term and short-term. In the short-term, we need to comprehensive biodiversity baseline data, because we don't have the comprehensive biodiversity baseline data, and then we need to a population dynamic of commercial species, something the commercial, and then we address the climate change impact assessment. Then we need to understand the ecosystem connectivity, between these three main ecosystem: coral reef, mangrove, and seagrass. And we need the socio-economic valuation of ecosystem service. In the long term, we need to use the advanced methodology to assess the marine biodiversity, including using the genetic barcoding, either a regular DNI method or environmental DNI. And then we need using the ecosystem modeling and forecasting, including AI and a software-based projection. And then we need the restoration effectiveness monitoring, sustainable tourism carrying capacity, and of course, traditional ecological knowledge integration. We can we can sideline the traditional wisdom. Next, please. So we need the collaboration from universities, local government, communities, NGO, including the tourism operator, to use the integrated approach and for the tourist management through multi-stakeholder partnership. Next, please. So to conclude, so Madura coastal biodiversity is both a precious and responsibility by merging science, merging the community engagement, and merging the policy, we can ensure a sustainable future. So protecting the sea means protecting the future of humanity. Thank you everyone for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. So give a big applause. Thank you, Professor Wahyu Andi Nugroho, PhD, for your inspiring presentation. If the first speaker talk about AI for medical image, now the second speaker talk about ecosystem marine science. So I note an important message from you. Protecting the sea means protecting the future of humanity. So if you care about humanity, we must protect the sea. Okay, now we move to our final speakers. When we talk about Industry 5.0, it's not only about technology, collaboration, and innovation, but also we must focus on social, environmental responsibility for sustainability, because life is not just about today. So please welcome Bapak Medi Aginta Hidayat, PhD, Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, Indonesia. He is an assistant professor at Department of Sociology. He is an expert on identity technology and cognitive sociology and has published several books and articles on these topics. Bapak Medi Aginta Hidayat, time is yours, and feel free if you choose stand up, just enjoy yourself.
The slide, please. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here, and also thank you to the conference committee for this wonderful opportunity for me to speak this morning. Today I would like to talk about ethnicity in society, especially about how ethnicity studies can help us rethink about collaboration and sustainability in today's economy. My presentation entitled Ethnicity as a Bridge, Not a Barrier, Reframing Diversity for an Inclusive and Collaborative Society in the Era of Industry 5.0. I hope this title in line with our conference theme. So I would like to take the social side about how society, humans, it's also important in the era of Industry 5.0. So this talk mainly will draw on my research at around these last 3 years. I have funded by TRTM to do research, and my research especially focus on the ethnic economic ecosystems, and in Indonesia especially, and it will bring how everyday economic practice of ethnic groups, certain ethnic groups, including Maduris, that are built on trust, collaboration, and shared moral values. So if we talk about Industry 5.0, we usually talk about smart factories, about automation, about artificial intelligence. Recently, it's very, very popular. But actually, if we talk about Industry 5.0, it's not only about machines or artificial intelligence or algorithms. Industry 5.0, as I said in my slide, it's actually about human being. It's putting back human at the center, emphasizing collaboration, inclusion, and sustainability as the true measures of progress. So at this point, I think it's very, very relevant to talk about Indonesia because we have more than 1,300 ethnic groups. Next slide, please. So this is our country. We have more than 1,000 ethnic groups in Indonesia. And Indonesia is known for these many, many ethnic groups. Indonesia is one of the most diverse nations in the world. And each ethnic community in Indonesia, they have their own wisdom, their own social norm, and ways of organizing economic life. So if we talk about Industry 5.0, we can also talk about ethnicity in this context. Diversity is our strength. However, unfortunately, diversity is often misunderstood as a burden, not as a benefit, as if ethnic differences in Indonesia make unity and collaboration more difficult. But is it true? What I found in my research suggests the opposite. Ethnicity, when understood constructively, can become a bridge, not a barrier. Next slide. Okay, so this is the picture of ethnic economic ecosystem that I have already researched. I have 3 ethnic communities in Indonesia, that is Maduris, and then Minangkabonis and Bugis. These 3 ethnic communities is a case studies how ethnic communities can help Indonesia, or maybe as a model for Indonesia to forward in the era of Industry 5.0. So in my research, I found that ethnicity in Indonesia does not only express culture. Usually, if we talk about ethnicity, we talk only about identity, about cultural values. But in my research, actually, ethnicity it also shapes economic systems that are quite strong and then adaptive and also deeply social. For example, Maduris stall, or in Indonesia we call it Warung Madura. It's very, very popular nowadays. It's open 24 hours. And Warung Madura is right now have network across many cities in Indonesia. The second one is Padang Restaurant or Restaurant Padang. I think it's also, they have network around Indonesia. And the last one is Bugis Traders, mostly in Eastern Indonesia. They sell many, many things, goods that is especially come from Makassar, Bugis, and Bone. So these 3 ethnic communities has created a kind of self-sustaining economic system. They organize their work collectively, distribute resources fairly, and maintain mutual trust. So, as I said before, in this sense, ethnicity is not just a cultural identity marker. It forms an infrastructure of an economic ecosystem. This ecosystem, interestingly, not driven only by market competition, but also by trust, solidarity, and moral responsibility. Next. So this is the picture of 3 ethnic communities that I have studied, Warung Madura, and then Warung Padang, Restoran Padang, and Bugis traders in Eastern Indonesia. Next. Okay. So let's us go deeper into the ethnicity as social infrastructure, as I said before. When we talk about ethnicity as social infrastructure, we have some characteristics that inherent in the ethnicities. The first one is they have social capital. This social capital formed through long-term trust and also reciprocal relationship. Another important characteristic is local wisdom. I think everyone knows that Madura, Minangkabau, Bugis, they have their own local wisdom that it's very, very important in their daily economic life. Cultural identity. Every ethnic group that I have studied, they have specific cultural identity. If we see Maduris, for example, they have specific cultural identity that we can make different from other ethnic communities. Religious and moral values. Both 3 of these ethnic communities, all of them it's Muslim dominantly ethnic groups. So Islamic values as a moral values, it's very important for doing business in these 3 communities. Together, this element, as I have shown in my slide, create what I call ethnic circular economy. Next slide, please. So this is the important thing that I have found in my research. Sorry. Yeah. As we said before, that all of this element of ethnic economy ecosystem has created what I call ethnic circular economy. So what it means by ethnic circular economy? Ethnic circular economy, in simple ways, is the way group of ethnic in Indonesia channel their capital, their labor, and their profits back to the ethnic community. For example, like Maduri stall, Warung Madura, almost 90% of their labor, of their pegawai, penjaga, warung, it's come from Madura, especially from Sumeneb Regency. So the labor is come from within their ethnic communities. The next one is the capital. The capital is also come from their own ethnic community. I found in my research, especially from Warung Madura, they don't borrow money from the bank. They never ask money for other ethnic communities or for the government. So the capital is also back to the community. And the last one is profit. The profit is also go back to their ethnic communities, because many of these Warung Madura network, especially in Java, they bring back the money to their family in Sumeneb or in Pamekasan, for example. So this ethnic circular economy have some characteristic. The first one is community-based production. The second one is ethnic labor forces. And then next, local distribution. Community network consumption. And for the profit, they use for the social reinvestment for their ethnic community. And the last one, they have their own moral and cultural values that guided their economic practices. So how can ethnic circular economy that seems very, very exclusive, it can be inclusive? Next, please. Okay. Yes, at the beginning, these ethnic circular economies are usually exclusive. They grow from within their own ethnic groups, their own family ties. Some of them come from similar hometown. Many of pegawai warung Madura, for example, come from Sumeneb. But if we take deeper look, it's very interesting because over time, as I said in my research, there is something remarkable happens. At first, this ethnic circular economy is exclusive, yes. But with times, they evolve to inclusive and collaborative system. For example, my study found that Warung Madura now connect with more and more suppliers and delivery services from various ethnic and economic backgrounds. Even other ethnic, not Maduris, they have invest into the Warung Madura network. So it's become inclusive, it's become open to other ethnic background. Restoran Padang Restoran, they also right now collaborate with more local producers and transporters and even with modern franchise network. The last one, Bugis traders in Eastern Indonesia, they also build partnership with local communities and different ethnic origins. So the system is changes from an ethnicity-based economy to a cross-identity economic network. Ethnicity in this sense becomes a flexible social platform capable of building trust beyond its own boundaries. Next. So this ethnic economy become inclusive, collaborative, and sustainable. How it can be inclusive, collaborative, and sustainable? This ethnic economic system are inclusive because they are open spaces, more open spaces for people who are often excluded from formal market or formal economy. This ethnic economy is also collaborative. Why? Because they are built upon network of mutual trust and interdependence among other ethnics. And the last one, this ethnic economy is sustainable because their foundation is not just financial capital, but also moral and social capital. This is the values that maintain balance between individuals, community, and environment. So in this model, sustainability does not come only from technology, but it comes from shared ethics, responsibility, and solidarity. And this value deeply rooted in ethnic system. At this stage, we can see how ethnicity actually fit within the human-centered paradigm of Industry 5.0 as our conference theme. The industry of the future is not only about machines, it's not only about artificial intelligence, but about how humans being cooperate with each other across differences. Ethnic economic system like Warung Madura, Restoran Padang, and Bugis traders offer real example of social innovation, how communities organize production, distribute trust, and sustain fairness. They show that collaboration and inclusion can emerge from tradition, not only from modern framework. Next. So let me close my talk with this central message. When we look closely ethnicity is not a barrier. It is a bridge to collaborative economy. It connects people, values, and livelihoods across differences. The experience of Warung Madura, Restoran Padang, and Bugis traders, as I have shown in my research, show how local roots can inspire global lessons about resilience, trust, and sustainability. Ethnicity, therefore, is not the past that we need to abandon, but a future that we need to reframe and renew. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wow. Please once again to be close for our presenter. Thank you Bapak Media Ginta Hidayat PhD for your insightful presentation. A powerful message from you. Ethnicity is not a barrier, but the foundation of an inclusive and collaborative sustainable economy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now heard from all our amazing speakers today is offering unique perspective. From Ibu Dr. Wahyu focus on AI. AI is useful for medical image. And the second speakers, Professor Wahyu Andi Nugraha focus on innovation and environment. And the last speakers, Bapak Medi Aginta Hidayat PhD focus on human. So if we collaborate to make one research, well, this is very amazing research. The speaker have shown us how Industry 5.0 is a dynamic and evolving field that requires human-centered technology, strong collaboration, and ethical responsibility. And now, Q&A session. We will now open the floor up for question and comment from audience. Please raise your hand and wait for the microphone before asking your question. Kindly state your name and affiliation. So the rule of the Q&A session, if any audience asks for question and directly speaker will answer the question. Please raise your hand if you have any question. Online or online is also you can ask any question. Hello? So for the offline, the participant, any question for our speaker? Can discuss everything about Industry 5.0. Okay, if there is no question, let me ask our speakers. For the first speakers, Ibu Dr. Wahyu, are you there? Are you still join with us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Ibu Dr. Wahyu, let me know what is your motivation you develop about AI in medical image, because I think AI just for another major is not for medical analysis. So what's your motivation? Maybe this is will inspiring us for the next research.
Oh yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, I can be used for any fields. Like as we know, AI can be used for analysis data, or we call it big data, and also can be used for image. Like we often use for the face detection in our smartphone, or currently like video generation. Basically image can be any image, and one of the important images is like medical image. Also, medical image can be 2D or 3D. And then, like for example, like I have show, we can be find the fractures from the X-ray. As we know, we can see in the X-ray sometimes the bones is not very clear. Like maybe doctor can be miss the treatment, like they cannot find the exact fracture. I mean, sometimes the for the difficult cases, it needs a very expert doctor. Like not all doctor expert. Like as for example, I saw the scoliosis Kopenko. Like doctor now can be now still calculate the Kopenko manually. Like from the X-ray image, draw the line and then calculate the angle, and that's a need time and need experience. I think not all doctor have this expertise, and then with AI we can give it won't replace the doctor. AI just give a second expert opinion, like a doctor can be decided they are agree or not, but it's faster than their measure by themselves. And also like for a tumor or cancer like MRI or either like CT, like for lung cancer or brain cancer or liver, in the medical image as we can see just like grayscale images, and our internal organ is content of the uh, like tissue, and then sometimes it's difficult to separate which part is tumor, which part is not. Sometimes doctor have a mistreatment, like they cannot find this is tumor or not, or like mistaken the tumor. Also, the tumor can be benign or malignant. Benign means the tumor is still safe for the patient, but malignant can be cancer. Also, AI can use for classify these things, so it can give a second opinion for the doctor. Yeah, that's the my motivation. And also I think like in the healthcare AI still improve, like many researchers doing AI in medical healthcare, not only for images but also for analysis data, like LLM, like for example, a doctor give the symptom of the patient, like this patient feels ABC, like if we feel sick and we use Google, Google I feel this ABC, and then Google or ChatGPT then determine our symptoms, and that's also LLM. Also, I mean, like in our daily life, maybe we need it. Yeah, I think that's very helpful for doctor and also for patients. That's my motivation.
Very insightful. Okay, Ibu Dr. Wahyu. So how about level of accuracy?
Sorry?
Level of accuracy for
Oh,
identification and localization of fabric in X-ray image. Maybe you can explore for us.
uh, uh, uh,
Level
accuracy for
level of accuracy
for
from AI
AI
to
in medical image.
identification. From AI to identification to
For
ident.
do you mean in general?
Pardon?
Do you mean in general?
Yes, in general.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot say AI can be like very accurate. Depends of the algorithm. Depends of the developer. Like, for example, I try to create AI as accurate as possible. But that's why in the research we always develop and develop. We need to be better and better from the previous methods. Like currently also AI maybe has some limitation. For example, um, deep learning, a good model is a big model, but they need very many images, like thousand or 10,000s. But in current states, to find medical images is quite difficult, and it has ethics to get from the hospital. So for example, like we find some images online or open data sets, but when we want to find in the hospital, maybe it also the same scan like CT or MRI, but the machine is different. It's a little bit difference in the like contrast or not illuminating or lighting, like, and also the way they scan the image, it can affect the model. So it depends how we build the model, but currently it's still not very practical. That's why we can only use it as the second opinion expert, not to replace the doctor. But currently in even in my research, still not for the practical, like we're not trying it in the hospital or other things, because another things is not easy to have how to say have a hospital to use our method or something like that. Yeah, that's but I think for the like the solution is maybe we can train only the images from one hospital to be used by their own for the accurate things. But yeah, it still has a lot of problems to apply AI in the medical image. So currently, but if we talk about the current situation, we only use data sets, like available data sets. The accuracy is quite high.
Okay, thank you. Please, participant, please give big applause for Ibu Dr. Wahyu. Okay, any question from you all? Maybe you have question for to our speakers. Okay, don't forget to state your name and your affiliation. Please commit. Yes, wait a minute, please.
Thank you. My name is Nuri. I am from Universitas Trunojoyo Madura. Actually, I've just come here, so I just heard a little bit of your explanation, but I am very interested in the use of AI in any field, including medical. So my question is, how do you manage the drawbacks of AI? Because how if the doctor itself rely on too much to AI in diagnose the patient, gitu. And if there is what's that, malpraktek, yeah, such kind of malpraktek, who's supposed to have the responsibility? So who get the lawsuit itself, the doctor or the AI we used? Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Okay, Ibu Dr. Wahyu directly answer the question for efficiency.
Okay, like I think as we know, AI is just a tools. Like we use ChatGPT to write papers or to discuss. We cannot blame the ChatGPT, right? I mean, like we use smartphone or we use social media. We cannot blame our smartphone, right? I mean, as as I say, it's AI just second opinion. We AI it only for tools to give second opinion. It's also still the doctor itself to who give the decision treatment to the patients. So it's all depends on the doctor. I mean, there's no such thing. It's the AI or tools or software that's wrong. It's still humans mistake. I think that's all.
Okay, the answer is clear. Okay, maybe the other question, please. Uh, any committee, please help us for microphone.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Eva. I'm from Faculty of Social and Cultural Sciences, UTM. My question is for Pak Medi Aginta Hidayat. As we know, Madura has strong cultural values like honor, kehormatan, and mutual cooperation. In your opinion, how can these values be reframed as a foundation for inter-ethnic collaboration in the Industry 5.0 era? Thank you, Pak.
Thank you for uh, question. Maybe Bapak Dr. Meg.
Thank you very much for the questions. Uh, the question is mainly about how Maduri's cultural values, I think, like I have shown in my paper and my slide, and also religious values. I think it's very important in Maduri's society. So yes, these values, it's very specific Maduri's values. For example, like when we talk about in the negative terms, for example, like how Maduri's people, they have very high dignity. Charo, for example, it's when we talk about Charo in many media or in many um, right now social media channel, it's only take look at the negative side of this how to say Maduri's way of defending their dignity. Many people don't know that why they do charo. It's especially based on their own belief or their own values, but maybe other people or other ethnic groups, they cannot understood. So this is just one extreme example. What I want to say is that Maduri's values, Maduri's tradition is very important for building interdependence, intercommunication with other ethnic groups. Because when we talk about Indonesia, we have so many ethnics, we have so many different ethnic. They have, I think they still have similarity. For example, like in Indonesia, I think everyone agree that we are Muslim dominantly country. So almost maybe 80% of Indonesian people is Muslim. So this is one thing that we have to agree, that we have to build, to create understanding, not just, let's say, to look at the differences. Maduris right now, it's still stigmatized with many negative label. I have 2 last years, I have research on how Maduri's stereotype is not only strengthened, but also is in media social and social media, for example, in Gen Z, when they do something in social media, they only took the negative stereotype of Maduri's ethnic group. This is our, I think this is our homework to make the positive things of Maduri's culture, Maduri's tradition, or Maduri's religious values to be understood fairly, to be understood well, so we can build a good and positive understanding among many, many ethnics, many, many different groups in Indonesia. I think that's my question. Sorry, my answer. Sorry if maybe it's a bit long. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer. So this is the clear for this answer. And maybe any question for the last? Okay. Wait a minute. Don't forget to state your name and affiliation.
Oke, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's Insa Fitri from Marine Science Department, Trunojoyo University. I would like to ask one question to Mr. Andi. You already work very hard. Your presentation is very nice. Okay, we already have so many research and we already have many data. And now, what is our step to manage our resources? I just wait for your comment, your order. I will follow whatever you. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
This is very unique question. This is special question, Professor. Tell me sure to answer this question. Intimate question.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, if allow, maybe I can answer in the in my office or in my house, but of course, I need to answer here. So, in terms of Madura resources, marine resources, with the fast decline of the everything, fast decline of coral reef cover, fast decline of mangrove cover, fast decline of the seagrass bed cover, and also their biodiversity, we need to, of course, manage carefully the resources. We need to use all of our everything, resource, material, etc., to find the solution for the decline. For example, we need to make a restoration project everywhere, in the coral reef, in the mangrove, in the seagrass. So, in one of my course in the Marine Science Department, there is one course called the rehabilitation of marine resources. We use the project-based learning that send the student to restore, let's say, a small ecosystem. So this is the one way to familiarize a student to do something. So when they graduated, they will, of course, already have hand-ons on the restoration technique and project, and the difficulties on how to make the restoration. And then, of course, the management style is very costly. It's very costly. It's very time consuming. It very needs the collaboration from the stakeholder. So it is duty from all of us, especially from the marine sector stakeholder to do the collaboration. I think that's it. Thank you very much.
Question. Maybe any question? Okay. Ustadz Haman, this is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
I want to ask to the third speaker. Actually, the same question, but you didn't answer yet. I really interest to notice your statement that the ethnic is not barrier, but the bridge. But I didn't agree totally. Because the Madura, in the fact that it's not. Sepertinya di Madura itu tidak berlaku karena lebih populer dengan stigma negatif daripada yang positif. So the question is, why is the Maduras ethnic group often subjected to negative stigmas such as Block M, or Mexico City, or Begal, or Charot, while its positive values such as hard work, solidarity, and religiosity are rarely brought to the public attention. Jadi the point, Madura is more popular for the negative value than the positive value. So what's wrong with Madura? Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the question, and time is Bapak Medi for answer.
Thank you very much. Question from Ustadz Hamam. Yes. Yeah, this is a very, very interesting question. Thank you. So, before I have researched about Warung Madura, actually, I have 2 papers on Madurist stereotyping practice, especially in social media. So, some of my research I can explain to you. The first one is that the practice of stereotyping and stigmatizing of Madurist people, especially for the negative side, is not something new. That is a very, very long history. When I studied this stereotyping practice, Madurist people have this stereotype and stigma. It's come from the Dutch colonial era. So it's not just last day or last month or last year, no. This is kind of like the crystallized form of stigma and stereotype from the Dutch era. And why this stigma and stereotype evolve or happen? The first one is some of Madurist people, they have kind of like, when we say they do something wrong in front of other ethnic groups. For example, like when Madurist people go to Jawa and they do something wrong in front of Javanese people because they have different culture, they have different way of understanding culture. So this is stigma and stereotype happens. For the Madurist people, what they do, maybe it's okay. But for other ethnic groups, sometimes it's not okay. For simple example, for example, like when Madurist people say something, it's usually with strong and with very loud voices, right? This is okay for Madurist people. This is fine when we understand the cultural background. But when this way of saying with loud and strong voices in front of other ethnic groups, maybe it will be understood differently. That is very, very simple example how this kind of stereotype or stigma in the negative side happens. Even only one people, only one person, it can have impact for the whole ethnic group of Maduris. And I cannot say this is the good thing. Unfortunately, with the emergence of social media, for example, it's very, very easy to spread this negative stigma, to spread this negative stereotype of Maduris people. So in my research about negative stereotype of Maduris, we have suggestion that it should be the government also take action. For example, like in education, like in the multicultural education. We don't have multicultural education in our schools. So one of our suggestions that maybe we can have kind of like exchange student. So some student from other ethnic group, they should come to Madura, because when they come to Madura, it's very, very different with what they saw in social media. I think many people come not from Madura, maybe from Java, from Kalimantan. When they go to Trunojoyo University, Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, they can experience themselves that it's different from what they just saw in media social or in social media. So one of our homework, as I said in my presentation, that we have to do something good, something positive about Madura. One of them, in my research, I try to push this positive side of Madura. Warung Madura, I think this is the positive one, because many people, for example, like in Java, near my house, many people say that Warung Madura is very, very helpful because they open 24 hours. Hanya tutup pada waktu kiamat. Itu pun masih minta setengah hari buka. Nah, Warung Madura, I think it can be the first step to do something positive, to do something good about Maduri's culture. And we as our colleagues, as a researcher, as a lecturer, we have to do more to emphasize the positive and good sides of the Maduri's culture and Maduri's values. I think that's Ustadz Hamam. Thank you.
From Professor Andi Nugraha, you want to? No. Okay, maybe any question for the last question? Okay. Special question from our head in LPPM.
Okay, I think last question for Pak Wahyu Andi. Your presentation is interesting, yeah, but have the finding you obtained been followed up by government, yeah, especially Bangkalan district government, yeah. And who should the government follow up them? Thank you.
Time is yours.
Pardon? From government and from yes. So thank you very much, Pak Kita. So when we talk about the government, it is really a difficult situation, especially when the regulations say that a district government only have the authority in the island, not in the water. So the new regulation said that the water in the water, the authorized one is the province level. So it is very difficult in the in the government point of view, especially in the district level, to uh, manage the marine resources. So it is uh, the authority of uh, marine not marine in the East Java province to actually to manage all the resources. However, we also know that in the several years, the funding for, because I also joined the group, including including the member, including the the government official of the fisheries as and marine affairs in the East Java province. It is very difficult situation for them also, because the funding is very low. They can reach to people, to community, just like 5 or 10 years ago. So with their limited capacity, limited funding, they need to reach out all of 35 district in East Java. So it's really difficult. But of course, we need to still to collaborate with them, at least in term of at least in term of the regulation and and their network of the field office. I think that's one, Pak kita. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Randi Nugroho. Thank you for our speaker for their excellent answer and for sharing their valuable knowledge and experience with us. Before we end this international conference, would you like to give us some closing statement, maybe for your expert, maybe from the first speakers, Ibu Dr. Wahyu. Are you still with us? Okay. Next from Bapak Medi for closing statement.
Thank you, the moderator. I would just like to say that, as I have shown in my presentation, when we talk about the era of Industry 5.0, it's not about just machines, automation, or artificial intelligence. But Industry 5.0 is especially focused on humans being. So to get back the human being in the center, to bring the future of the world in a more collaborative and sustainable society. I think that is my closing statement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, very insightful. So we move to Professor Dr. Randi Nugroho. Time is yours for closing statement.
Yes. So the Madura Island have a lot of resources, whether in land, in marine, in the lake, etc. So we need to conserve all this resource for our future, future for ourselves including for our next generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have reached the end of our international conference on Industry 5.0. Oh, Ibu Dr. Wahyu, are you there? Still mute?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm here.
Would you like to give us closing statement?
First of all, thank you very much for the committee of Trunojoyo Madura International Conference 2025 for the opportunities and for the audience and all the invited speakers and all the guests. I mean, my closing statement is like I think currently AI is develops in any fields, especially medical images and any industrial fields. I think it is a good chance to have to learn AI and have research in AI, even it's difficult, but I think it's very good for the future, like for our future research or our future publication. And yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibu Dr. Wahyu. And now I have information for you all about the last speaker, Madam Marjam looking. Maybe she get ready on 3 p.m. So we can join in virtual. Don't forget to participate join on 3 p.m. Thank you. So we have reached the end of our international conference on Industry 5.0, technology, collaboration, innovation, social, and environmental responsibility. I hope you have learned something meaningful today. Let us continue the discussion in the future event. Let us continue working together toward more human-centered and sustainable Industry 5.0. A big round of applause for our speaker. And also for the organizing committee for making this event possible. Please big applause. Finally, thanks to all for joining us today. We hope to see you again at the next TMIC. Have a great day. Thank you very much and see you.
Thank you for warm discussion. Thank you our distinguished keynote speakers, Ibu Dr. Wahyu Rahmaniar, Bapak Profesor Wahyu Andinugraha PhD, and Bapak Medi Aginta Hidayat PhD. And also thank you our moderator today, Ibu Dr. Uswatun Hasanah. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the discussion session. The committees are giving 1 hour to break. You are going to have panel presentation after the break, and presenters can proceed directly to the room after the break.
Ya, Bapak Ibu, kami silakan untuk dapat istirahat sejenak. Kita akan istirahat dan ramah tamah di lantai 9, dan kita akan mulai setelah makan siang, kita akan mulai kembali presentasi panel di dalam ruang masing-masing setelah istirahat, dan kami mohon dengan hormat pada pukul 3 nanti kita akan melakukan Zoom di ruang masing-masing gitu. Dan akhirnya
that is all for today. I would like to thank all of you for your participation. See you at the next agenda.
Dan sekian untuk hari ini, kami ucapkan terima kasih banyak atas partisipasi Anda semua. Sampai jumpa di agenda berikutnya.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.